Welcome back to the online session. This is Smriti ma'am from SV Union High School and Junior College. Students, in the earlier chapter we have seen what is exogenetic movements, the different agents which causes weathering, that is the river, wind, glacier, groundwater and sea waves. We have also seen the landforms created by these agents of erosion. So, let's begin with our next chapter, chapter number 5, precipitation. So, before we start with the chapter, we are going to observe few images, few pictures, and you will be describing this picture by writing few additional sentences. So, let's start with the first image. So, here in the first image, you can see the blades of the grass look like this on winter morning. From where does the water on the blades of grass come? So, on winter mornings, the blades of the grass are having tiny water droplets, and these are condensed form of water vapor which appears in the form of dew drops. So, dew drops are visible on the blades of the grass here in this image. Here comes the second slide. Here in this slide you can see snow is found everywhere in the winters in Kashmir. The snow falls all over the region and you can see that it has been accumulated on the tops of the houses and trees. It even covers the roads and even cause blockage of roads. Why isn't snow found in our surrounding in the similar way? So, the answer to this question is that snowfall occurs only when the atmospheric temperature falls below the freezing point and it causes the water vapor to turn directly into snowflakes. If you see the atmosphere in Maharashtra, it is hot and humid. The temperature doesn't drop below the freezing point. Hence, there is no snowfall in Maharashtra. Moving ahead with the next image, students, you can see that generally it rains between June and September in our region. So the rain droplets that fall on the earth's surface from the rainy clouds. In India it rains in the period between June to September known as rainy season. So how do the rain droplets form? Air contains lots of water vapor. When this air laden with water vapor goes at a higher altitude, the temperature of the air starts reducing and condensation of the vapor starts taking place. And now the clouds are formed, and when the condensed water droplets and dust particles accumulate, these water droplets slowly start increasing their size. They become too heavy and they are unable to float in the air anymore and they come down as rainfall. This is how rain droplets are formed. In London, there is fog like this till the afternoons in the winters. The reason is London is far away from the equator and it has temperate oceanic climate. Therefore, there is fog like this till the afternoons. They have cool summers. Then we have the next question. Why don't we have fog like this till afternoon in the winters in our region? So, we do not have fog till the afternoon in the winters because we are very near to the equator and we have tropical climate. Students, observe the next image. Here, sometimes hailstones destroy the standing crops in the fields. Hailstones are solid and heavy in nature, therefore they hit on the crops in the field. They get destroyed. Why don't we get hailstones frequently? India, as you know, is a tropical country and we do not find cooler air at the higher level for the formation of the hailstones. And because of intense heating of the land, therefore we do not get hailstones frequently. Let's see the percentage of earth covered by land and water. Here you can observe that 70.8% part of the earth's surface is full of water. The distribution of this water is very uneven. At some places you can find water storage is very limited, very less. Whereas you can find that is ample storage of water in few places. Let's see the different forms of condensation or precipitation: frost, snow, rainfall, hailstones, and fog. So, these forms of condensation occur due to the water vapor in the atmosphere. As the atmospheric condition changes, we see that the changes come in the formation of condensation. On winter mornings, we find dew. In the areas which are located at a very high height, altitude, snowfall occurs in those regions, while it rains in other places. Some places experience dense fog, while some places experience hailstones, which are very sudden and they cause crop destruction. Let's understand what is the meaning of the word precipitation. Water falls in the solid or liquid state from the clouds to the ground. This is called as precipitation. Let's see the first form of precipitation, that is the snow. When the temperature in the atmosphere falls below the freezing point, water vapor turns directly into the snowflakes. This process is called as sublimation. Here, the vapor in the form of gas transforms into solid snow. The gas turns into solid state. When the temperature in the atmosphere falls below the freezing point, it causes snowfall in the region. And when the precipitation is in the form of solid particles of snow, it is known as snowfall. Let's see the effects of snowfall, or what are the disadvantages of snowfall. First one, snow is in the solid form. It does not flow like water. Number 2, layers of snow start getting deposited. When the snow accumulates on a large scale, then transport and the communication system of that particular area collapses. The third effect of snowfall is the people who are staying in these regions have to protect themselves from frostbite. Let's see what is the meaning of frostbite. Frostbite is nothing but it's the freezing of the skin and its upper tissues because of very cold temperatures. Those tourists who go to the snow-covered regions usually face frostbites many a times. It generally affects the hands, legs, and the skin of the face. Severe frostbite can affect the skin, the tissues, and can even reach the bones. The fourth effect of snowfall is that the region gets water only when the snow starts melting. Students, let's see the regions where snowfall takes place. Snowfall usually occurs in the regions having high latitudes. You can see in the image, the high latitudes are located in the polar regions towards the North Pole as well as towards the South Pole. If you observe the temperate zone, the temperate regions, here also snowfall takes place at the mean sea level. Temperate regions are the regions which are located in between the tropics and the polar regions of the earth. Observe the given image. It's a snow-capped mountain and a frozen lake. Do you know that there is always a difference between ice and snow? Let's see what's the difference. First, let's see how snow is formed. In the areas located at high height, altitudes and high latitudes, here the temperatures are below 0 degrees Celsius. The precipitation occurs in the form of snow. Snow is friable and opaque. Friable means it can be easily broken up or it can be easily crumpled. If you see the snow, it is in solid state and it can be broken down into smaller pieces. Here in this image, you can see the friable snow where it is breaking down into smaller pieces. Now let's see how ice formation takes place. The snow starts accumulating in the form of layers on the top of each other, and because of this, the pressure from the upper layers, they start giving pressure on the lower layers of the snow, which makes the entire layers of snow very much massive, homogeneous and transparent. And this massive transparent snow formed in such a way is called as ice. In the above image you can see that there is a layer of ice on the surface of the lake. So when the temperature drops below the freezing point, this type of layer of ice forms on the lake surface and it floats on the surface of the reservoir. This ice which you can see on the surface of the lake is not related to snowfall directly. So in today's session we have seen what is precipitation, and we have seen the first form of precipitation, that is snow. In the next session we will study the other forms of precipitation, that is the hail and the rainfall. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.